What's up, y'all? You watching another episode of Striker Sigma 5. We happy you're here. As anime watchers in 2019, man, we try to stay with the wave so much so that we can be caught up on what's hot right now so we don't, be left out of the conversation. But we often forget how great some of the old anime were. So today, we got 2 old and 2 new. And we're just going to toss these at y'all as a list so that y'all can go back, check out these old anime, and if you've seen them already, maybe just reminisce a little bit. All of our anime are under a common theme of being animations by Kyoto Animation. I'm going to toss it to Kev so he can give y'all a little bit more information about Kyoto.
They got their first big break heading in animation in 2003 when they took over for Full Metal Panic, animating the 2nd and 3rd season. Now, what separates Kyoto Animation from all the other animation studios is that they pay their employees a salary wage instead of hiring freelance writers or freelance animators to animate per frame. Now what that means is that when you're paid salary as opposed to being a freelancer, you have a little bit more time, you have a lot less stress, you're not under such a huge time crunch. It gives you a little bit more time to perfect your craft and to have a good time while you're doing it, which is why all of their production is so much higher than other animation studios. Also, in the past 10 years, Kyoto Animation has held an award ceremony in which they award original novel and mangas and give them the chance at an anime adaptation. There's only ever actually been one winner, and that's the first anime on our list. I'm gonna toss it to Rock.
Violet Evergarden, yo. It's the one and only ever grand prize winner at the Kyoto Animation Awards. If you miss one of the most important entries in the 2018 lineup, chances are you don't like anime or only ever heard of Naruto. But on behalf of the people who have watched this piece of art that makes other anime look like doo-doo, go ahead and go watch it. Violet Evergarden was released last year under, what was last year, 2018? Violet Evergarden was released,
Pretty sure that was the right line.
It was. Violet Evergarden was released last year under a Netflix license. If Netflix anime turns you off, you need to stop being a bitch and go watch this anime and let it take your Netflix virginity. Once this anime does take your Netflix virginity, you'll start to respect Netflix for the quality of anime that they are willing to put out on occasion.
They did bring back Baki the Grappler.
Violet Evergarden follows its main character, Violet, who is in search of the Major, who is her fallen commander, who she believes to still be alive. And Violet, unbeknownst to her, is also in search of her humanity, which she lost when she was being raised as a cold-hearted killer during the war. She begins her adventure by learning how to write through an organization called the Dolls, and due to Violet's attention to detail and surgical precision on the keyboard, she advances through all the techniques of becoming a messenger and becomes the coldest in the game.
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot more to this amazing story, and I urge you to watch this 13-episode series in its entirety. You won't regret it. Go check it out.
制服着替えて
了解しました。
ちょっと待て
Kid.
What's up? Next edition on the list, Full Metal Panic Fumofu. Now, we talked about this a little earlier. Full Metal Panic Fumofu was the first one that Kyoto Animations actually got a chance to animate themselves. They spearheaded it, that's about it. They spearheaded it. They did all the animation. Anything that was about it, they were doing it. Full Metal Panic is a little bit of a weird one on the list because they only animated 2nd and 3rd season. The 1st season was animated by Gonzo, and the 4th and most recent season was animated by Zebec Studios. And I do believe Kyoto animated the 1st and 2nd movie that came out, the 2nd raid. For now, we're just going to focus on seasons 2 and seasons 3. Unfortunately, they didn't have a lot to work with because they had to keep the animation style similar to the previous animation style. However, you can tell that it's a lot crisper, a lot more brighter, and there's more vibrant colors used. Yeah, it kind of looks the same if you look back and forth at it, but watching the 1st season then going to the 2nd season, you'll see a little bit of a brightness upgrade, and it just looks a little bit more vibrant. The characters stand out more and the background fills in more while you're watching it. Plus, the action animations are second to none. They cut no corners with the animation. The story is about a secret agent who is sent to protect a high school girl, and while he's protecting her, he starts to develop a little bit of a relationship with her. He kind of has a crush on her, but you know, he's about that military hardened life, like a brick, baby. So he doesn't really have emotions. He doesn't know how to show his emotions. He doesn't know how to have feelings. She starts off thinking that he's just a creep. She hates him. obviously, that's how every anime works. She has to hate him so she can sort of like him, so then she can be like, nah, he's a jerk, and then love him. The story actually flip-flops. It goes back and forth. It goes from Sosuke's missions to his school life to his relationship with Chidori. All in all, I like the tone changes. I mean, some people don't like it. They say it's distracting to the story. I personally like it. You know, that ADD life, you just switch back and forth. It's cool. I would recommend watching this. Go ahead and go check it out. I mean, especially if you want to see the newest season. Like, maybe if you were like, you saw Full Metal Panic, Invisible Victory, and you were like, nah, I gotta peep that. I gotta get all up in that. Then yeah, go back, watch season 1, 2, 3. Watch the movie. It's lit. Or if you're just a completionist and you want something to add to your resume. Maybe you heard somebody talking about Full Metal Panic, and you were like, I want to be a part of Full Metal Panic. Get in there. It's cool.
Reload. 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 Reload.
On a rock for number 3.
The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzuki. I was just a young pup when I discovered this joint right here, and I got a wonderful relationship with this show. My interest and curiosity was piqued when I heard the banger God Knows off a YouTube video. Found out it was from an anime, I had to go check it out so I could get the fullness and the origins of the song, so I could feel it even more than I already did. Watching Haruhi, I felt like a young kid again, being taken to daycare and being weary and cautious for the first few days, and then making friends and having fun, and then realizing that the daycare was actually a prison, and then quickly going insane. I don't regret the experience because it was a good show, but for reasons you should know by now, I went a little crazy because I had no forewarning of any kind on the way in. Haruhi is a beautiful high school girl that this dude finds himself being around, and he doesn't quite know why, and then he finds out why, and then he goes a little bit crazy. But he's okay. Go watch the show. It's a classic.
The last one on our list is Myriad Colors Phantom Worlds. Now, by the name of the anime, I'm sure you can guess why it's on the list. I mean, it even has colors in the name. I mean, that's kind of what Kyoto Animation has established as their thing, is they like colors, they like beautiful, crisp animation, they like vibrant details. However, this one is kind of special. It was one of the runner-ups in the Kyoto Animation Awards. Shit, it wasn't a runner-up, it was an honorable mention. They didn't have runner-ups, they only had honorable mentions. What makes this one a little bit special from the other ones on the list is that it was an honorable mention in the Kyoto Animation Awards. Being an honorable mention, it wasn't due for an animation. It didn't have to be animated, but it had such a huge recognition and such a large following behind it that they had no choice but to animate it. That's a lie. They probably had a choice, but they animated it and everybody loved it. And for good reason. The anime is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the animation is a 9 out of 10. They put their all into the animation. You can see how hard they worked for it. The characters are unique and recognizable. They're animated in a way that you can clearly tell them apart. You know who's who, and you know that they all have their own, separate looks. They have their own separate styles. They have their own separate feels. They have their own separate personalities. I mean, obviously, animation can't control personalities, but you can tell them all apart based on the way that they're animated, the colors that's used for them. Plus, the action scenes are fantastic. They're so fluid and smooth, and they're animated really well. It's not choppy. There's no unnecessary dimming or brightening of the lights because they don't need all that. They have it so well animated to where epileptic seizures don't exist with this anime. The plot of the story is basically that people have unlocked more power to their brain. They've unlocked more parts of their brain, a higher percentage, if that's what you want to call it. And so due to that, they can see phantoms, which are a creation of our consciousness in the dark parts of our mind, or like when we have a nightmare, we create phantoms. And so now humans have unlocked the abilities to combat phantoms, seal phantoms, see phantoms. They can interact with phantoms. And so that opens up schools for capturing phantoms. It opens up jobs for capturing phantoms. It opens up side hobbies and freelancers of people who capture phantoms. And that's where you find our main characters, plural, there's 2 of them. But you find our main characters at school, where they have to learn how to seal phantoms, and they have to make friends, and they have to assemble a team. And it's a pretty nice story to go on to. I give the story a 7 out of 10. I give the characters an 8 out of 10. They're all fantastic. They're all very unique. But in terms of animation, it's absolutely stunning. I cannot stress how stunning the animation is. It's so beautiful and vibrant. I say go check it out, especially for beginners. All beginners should watch this. It's colorful, it's unique, it's forgiving, it's nice. Go check it out. I recommend it.
Yo, this is Striker Sigma 5. We hope y'all enjoyed this video. We had fun making it. Please leave a like and subscribe if you like the content, man. We just like putting our opinions out there and letting y'all know that we about this anime life. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. Let us know what you think. We got much more on the way, yo. We got some comparison videos, and I got a fun video that I'm really excited to do. So y'all will be seeing that soon. I think that's it, man. It's Striker Sigma 5. We out. Peace.
Roll! Striker Sigma 5!